I just know that I am very bad when it comes to the arts, theater, music. I'm not musically inclined. Like the only thing I was given was like a small semblance of athleticism. And so I leaned into sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I just know the way the universe thinks it's funny that I'm going to end up with more than one kid that's either like arts, like a sculptor, like that sort of thing where I'm just like, I got nothing. I will applaud you and I will marvel at what you create and I will be there in the audience to cheer you on, but I have no fucking clue what I'm doing.
That feels like best case scenario though to me. I would want
it's like far enough removed.
I really, if and when I have children, I'm like, please don't do this. I don't want you to do this. I just for their own sanity and for the harsh reality of it, I would love if my kid wanted to do something that could not be further from being an actor. I just think it would be an interesting color and flavor in my life. Like, let's do something that I don't usually
mix it up a little.
Yeah. I grew up going to all of my sister's soccer games, which was so deeply boring to me. And I would hide under the bleachers and hang out with the girls who were the other sisters who had to be dragged on to the, along for the ride as well. But damn, that shit was boring. Yeah. Sorry.
When you're not playing, especially as a kid, I still remember my sister and I did Irish dancing. I would get dragged to Irish dancing and I would be in the lobby and I would be like, either put me in the class or don't bring me, mom. Like, this is lame. I'm out. And then I got in the class and it was fine.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know how I entertained myself back then.
Sticks.
It was like the vending machine was my entertainment.
I still remember being under a tree while my sister was at soccer, being under a tree with a stick and like carving in the dirt under the tree or like trying to slowly dig out the roots of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Those were my ADHD activities.
Lots of like pulling grass on the ground, sitting on the sidelines. Yeah, absolutely. But I look back on that kind of fondly though. I was like thankful that I didn't have a fucking iPad in front of my face.
Preach. That's the key. We were better for it. Okay.
I agree. I worry about what's going on right now.
We in our house, our kids only get tablets when we fly on a plane and they don't go places very often, but it's the only time they actually get to touch screens.
Wow.
We're a TV house, but not a touchable screen house. So like they're not allowed to play on tablets. They're not allowed to take mom or dad's phone. But like we can put on like Winnie the Pooh or a movie and we can all watch it together.
That's a really good rule of thumb.
Well, when you see them get like locked into a screen, the first time I ever gave our kids a tablet, I was like, holy shit, are you still with us? Like, are you good?
Yeah.
It was alarming how like fully zoned in they were, where I was like, I'm good.
It's scary.
I don't like it.
Well, it does something to your brain. And if you grow up having that accessibility to the whole universe at your fingertips, I imagine some studies will be coming out in coming years about the difference in brains between, our us and then the newer generations. I just feel it's a bummer.
It is very much a bummer.
Because there's no choice. Yeah, of course you're going to have a phone when you're like 5 now.
See, I've gotten dragged a couple times for my concept of what I'm calling the kitchen phone, because I firmly believe our children will not have a phone that is their phone until they are in their teenage years.
Yeah.
And besides that, there will be an extra cell phone that lives in the kitchen that if you're going somewhere that like your parents are not, that you could take with you out of the house, but otherwise it does not leave the first floor of the house.
That's a great,
because we had phones and I know that I didn't need full access to everything and everyone at any given time of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids don't either.
Yeah. It's just the world telling you that you do. because everyone else has it, but I think that's not a way to live. And so it's commendable.
Thank you.
Yeah,
the kitchen phone.
They'll get made fun of
for a little bit while they don't have a cell phone, and I'll say too damn bad.
Do you really think like are kids making fun of kids for not having phones? I'm sure they are. I mean, I
think so. Kids suck.
I had to work with children on Hal and Harper because I play a 9-year-old version of my character. So I in the Pen 15 kind of way, but as a 9-year-old and more sad. But I was around children, and I'm not like a kids kind of gal.
I love that you admit that. I love when people admit it, because honestly, now that I have 4, I'm like, am I a my kids person, or am I a kids person?
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I imagine I will be a big fan of my own offspring, but it would be troubling if not. But as far as other people, and yes, like I have a goddaughter who's my cousin, and I love her to death, and I have little twins in my family. So I love kids that are related to me. I think anywhere outside of that gets a bit rough.
Yes.
So I
totally understand.
But I was working with 9-year-olds on Hal and Harper, and they were fine. Like I wasn't trying to strike up a conversation with them, and they weren't really trying to talk to me either. But it was, I mean, my character is supposed to feel out of place amongst them anyways. But it was definitely funny to be. I don't know, what other situation would I be in filming in a 3rd grade classroom? But it was interesting. Kids are really, when you just put a camera on them and let them go, it's so good and funny.
We have so much unusable footage from when my kids crash this podcast set, and it is just, it's chaos. Like, put them in front of a microphone even, and they're just like, let me tell you about this thing that happened 17 months ago.
Right.
And it's like, really? That's what sticks out to you right in this moment. That's so interesting.
I love whatever pops into their head.
The Not Gonna Lie host, 33, is doing just fine since she was dethroned by her future sister-in-law Taylor Swift as the most viewed guest in New Heights history, she reiterated during her special appearance on the podcast on Wednesday, December 24th. Her husband, Jason Kelce, checked in to see how she's feeling during the show. Great, Kylie, 33, told Jason and his brother, Travis Kelce. Then, the mom of 4, who shares daughters Wyatt, 6, Elliot, 4, Bennett, 2, and Finley, 8 months, with Jason, said that she's always supporting the 14-time Grammy winner, which is why the singer's podcast feat didn't bother her. I'm always cheering on Taylor and everything that she does, Kylie said, adding, so the fact that I finally got dethroned, it was welcomed. Swift made her podcast debut on New Heights on August 13th. She was interviewed by Jason for a 2-hour episode, discussing everything from her love story with Travis to reclaiming her masters. After the Fate of Ophelia singer's appearance, Kylie quickly addressed her dethroning on her own podcast. Officially no longer the record holder for the most watched episode of the other podcast. There's no way it's even close, and I love that for me, Kylie quipped on August 14th. Swift had surpassed Kylie's 8.6 million views from her record-setting September 2023 episode in less than 24 hours. The episode has 24 million views on YouTube to date. It is very entertaining to watch the internet break, Kylie said of seeing the excitement surrounding Swift's appearance on New Heights. It's just crumbling apart, and I love it. I love it, she continued. I love that we know that a day before it releases my interview on the other podcast is going to lose its long-tenured reign as most watched episode, and I welcome that wholeheartedly. Let's drop that sucker down.